Oh, hey, you're here. How you doing? Now, we all know that worm castings are one of the best things you can put on your garden, but if I can even find them up here, they would cost a fortune. So I decided to build my own worm condo and make my own. I recorded the whole process, so if you're trying to build your own box, I'm hoping this will give you some ideas. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Now I'm making my box 24 inches by 36 inches. I didn't want to make it 2x4 because I think 2x3 is going to be heavy enough. When that thing's full of worm castings, it's going to be heavy. So I have to think about being able to swap them out by myself. So yeah, I think 2x3 is going to be fine. Yeah. All right. There's my bottom. Now I've seen videos where they have built these boxes with 4x4s in the corner. And I will tell you, as a guy who has worked construction for the last 35 years, 4x4s are completely unnecessary. I'm using 2x3s. It's plenty strong enough. All right, and now a 1x4. This gun is shooting 1.5-inch ring shank nails. It's actually a siding gun, but it works really good for this kind of stuff. The previous owner of this property left a drawer full of just junk. It was a big drawer too. And in that drawer was a bunch of kitchen cabinet hinges, and they're kind of spring-loaded. I think they're going to be perfect for this. So yeah, I'm going to stand by. Hey? Oh yeah. That works out good. I just got to find a little handle. I'll be right back. Okay, I didn't want to videotape me drilling this hole just in case the thing exploded. And I would have felt really bad. But we're good. So I'm gonna... Now I should probably put this on the inside. Whoop, and that. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. I wonder if I should take this. I should probably just take that little handle right off. We good? Hey, look at that. All right, now I have a spigot. And, oh man, I hope this is gonna work. Oh, all my math worked. Oh, okay, while I was starting to build the other box, I started thinking about this end with this door, and I decided that the plastic was not a good idea. So I swapped it out for plywood, just like the other end, and put it on a little bit of a slope so everything can just kind of drip into the tote. And yeah, that'll be a lot stronger. On the inside, I just put some little rips of plywood on the sides and at the back of a little 2x2 to act as rails and a bumper to keep the tote perfectly centered in the middle of this box. And on top, I used a little bit of flashing that I had, just to help the leachate drip into the tote and not all over the inside of the box. Okay, so that's the bottom box. I'll show you what I did for the upper boxes. They're the most important boxes, because that's where the worms live. The 2x3 needs to be 3/4 of an inch away from the end of the board to accommodate the backboard. So I just use a little cut-off piece of 1x material to save me from pulling out a tape measure every time. And the clamp? Well, that's just like having an extra couple of hands. I liked the hinge door idea so much on that bottom box that I decided to do the other two the same. Oh yeah. Here's my thinking. If this box gets full of dirt, I may not be able to lift it. This way, I can just open it up, scoop out enough, or all of it, and lighten it up. Then I'll be able to do the change. I'm not too worried about the dirt pushing the door open. There's pretty good resistance on these hinges. I mean, if there is a problem, I'll just devise some sort of little latch idea, but oh, I'm liking this. I had a couple of extra pieces of coil rod left over from another project, so I'm going to use coil rod to hold these walls together on the door side. That's perfect for this. Okay, I went rummaging around in that junk drawer that I found the first handle in for the bottom box, and I didn't find any more like that, but I did find two of these little brass flowers. So I'm going to use those on the upper boxes. And there we go. Now the mesh I'm using is just regular old 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch squared mesh that you can get at Home Depot. That's where I got mine. Now I realize not everybody's going to have a stapler to put this mesh on. It seems that most people are putting the mesh on with small screws and penny washers, and it seems to work fine for them. Okay, I have it lightly tacked, and I'm going to cut it. But I'm not going to use these. I'm going to use my little grinder that I brought out for the coil rod. That's way faster. I kind of just came up with this idea on the fly. I'm just using a screwdriver to pull the mesh taut against the wood. You can't pull too hard or you just bend the mesh and it wrecks it, but just gently. Yeah, that's working amazing. And there we go. The mesh is on. Okay, because I'm starting to run out of material, I thought I'd better get the lid done, and I will figure out how to lock it all together and think about some legs after I'm done with the lid, because the lid's more important than anything. All right. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, I think we're good here. Okay, now I just have to come up with a handle idea, or maybe two. Yeah, 2 handles. Yeah, 2 handles would be smarter. And there we go, instant handles. It was about 2 minutes on the table saw, and there was nothing in the junk drawer. I looked. All right. Can you guess how I'm going to screw those down? Well, I'm going to show you. All right. So you take a screw. How far away are you guys? Here, let's bring you closer. All right, so then I just take a screw. Oh, that's hot. Don't touch it. All right, and I want the beef side on that side, so here, let's turn it over. And I kind of need a flat surface. All right. There they are, there and there. So now we'll have beef down to the outside, and we'll, yeah, plans change. Oh, how the plans change. So we'll just screw those in until they poke out. Yeah. Right, they're just poking out. Put the thicker side down. Yeah, like that. One down. And there we go. Okay, now that I have the lid on, courtesy of Home Depot's Twisty Lumber, I sure like to see the forest where they get their lumber. Here's another one. Look at this. We make hockey sticks out of Home Depot lumber. Now this next step is what I'm calling the locks. And all they are is 1x4 that are going to keep the box above it in place. I'm going to make a base, and I think I'm just going to make a little stand out of 2x4s. So let's do that. Now I'm just going to make 2 little boxes like this and put some legs on them. I am going to use wood glue. This is not entirely necessary, but I have it. Uh-oh. Is it going to come out? Oh. Here we go. And there we go, a little box. All right, well that turned out pretty good. Now the reason it's at the height that it is so that I can open it up, easily put a 5-gallon pail underneath it. Now I have this little spigot add-on, and do one of these, open the spigot, should work out pretty good. And then I can just leave this little add-on inside, and it's all nice and clean. I thought about having the spigot on the outside, but I think I like it this way better. Okay, I had to go into town for a non-worm related matter, and while I was driving there I was just getting madder and madder about this twisty lid. So while I was in town I picked up some straight 1x6, and when I got back I quickly rebuilt the lid. So the lid is beautiful now. So happy I did that. Sometimes you just have to let the OCD take over. Okay, let's go put it into place. There are 6 huge fir trees right in front of this shed. So this is probably the shadiest spot on my whole property.
I know it gets a couple of hours of sun first thing in the morning and about an hour of sun at the end of the day. In the winter, the sun is so low that it comes underneath the fir trees, and this building actually gets some sun in the winter, so I think this is the perfect location. Plus, the roof's eave will prevent this box from getting completely buried in snow in the winter. So, as you can tell, I'm just kind of wandering around the property, grabbing whatever I can find to throw in here. I don't really have any compost per se. That's one of the next videos coming up. Is I have the material to build a nice double compost bin. I just have to get around to doing it. Now, I've been keeping worms in a tote, and I'm embarrassed to say that I didn't have any holes drilled in the bottom of it. So this stuff's pretty wet. All right, I think they'll like it in there. It's a lot more comfortable than that tote. So I hope this gave you some ideas on how to build your own worm condo, and if there's something you think I missed, just leave it down in the comments. But other than that, I'm done. I want to thank you for sticking it out till the end, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.